ready to prepare our super easy pizza. Water, flour, yeast and salt. Do not worry about the amounts of this recipe, about the doses, because I will write them in the description of the video. Before I start working, I will tell you how I decide how much do I need, depending on the pan. I will measure it. It's for me 30 centimeters by 23 centimeters. Now I calculate the area and divide it by 2. The result is the amount of dough I need for a reasonably thick pizza, around 1.5 centimeters. It's time to prepare the dough. Water, yeast. Now this is instant yeast. You can make do with any kind of yeast you have. This is the flour, all in, no special care, nothing. Finally, my salt. Once again, the amounts are written in the description of the video, so do not worry. This is the only tool we're going to use today. Let's mix up everything together. Something important about the flour, make sure that the protein content is at least 12.5%. Just have a look at the nutritional table before you buy it. Make sure that there is no flour at the bottom of the container or the bowl or whatever you are using. So just try and grab it with your dough here. You're not really kneading here, you're just hydrating the flour. This means we don't build gluten right now. We do it later. I'll tell you how in a minute. Done. The dough is now sticky, quite rough, but it doesn't matter. We are about to start a cycle of weight and folds. And this transforms this raw mass in a beautiful smooth dough ball. Always cover the dough. Let's wait 15-20 minutes. See you later. Okay, 15 minutes are passed. Let's do the first round of folds. You need a little bit of water because you need to wet your hands. Actually. So this is what you do. You stretch it from here and you fold it in the middle. You do it all around and around. If you see your hands are getting sticky, you need to wet them again. So you stretch and you fold them. You stretch and you fold. You stretch and you fold. I did it 5-6 times already. I lost the count, but it doesn't really matter because in another 15 minutes we will do it again. So it's done for now. Let's cover our dough and I'll see you in another 15 minutes. Okay, another 15 minutes are passed. We will do another round of stretch and fold. So we stretch on the edge and we fold toward the center. Stretch and fold. The more you do it, the more the dough comes together. You see, it's not that shabby anymore. Very well. Still quite sticky, but it doesn't matter for now. Let's cover it for another 15 minutes. Another 15 minutes are passed. More folds, but this time we will not do some stretch and fold, we will do some slap and fold. So I will wet a little bit my board here in order to avoid my dough sticking, because this time I will work here. Slap and fold, then you will grab from this side, you slap and you fold. Then on the other side, you slap and you fold. It's just a question of rotating 90 degrees for every fold. You can easily see that the dough is getting smoother on top, it's coming together very, very well. Once again, I will come back in another 15 minutes for my last round of stretches. Okay, we're getting there. The last 15 minutes has passed. We only have to do the last round of folds. Again, we need to wet our hand and do some more rounds of slap and fold. I'm not even counting, honestly, because you just see what's happening to your dough, and this is what's happening. Look how smooth the gluten is now and elastic. Very well. We don't really need to do more folds. We only need to let it rest until tomorrow. Since we stretch and bake, of course, this dough in a rectangular tray, I strongly recommend using a rectangular container. We need to drizzle some olive oil, some oil for that matter, inside, so the dough won't stick in. Take care of the walls as well, because the dough will grow quite a lot. Excellent. Now we can put our dough inside and of course cover it. Now we only have to wait. Leave the dough at room temperature for at least 1 hour and then put it in the fridge. It will stay there overnight, take a good nap, around 20 hours or so, even a bit more. Tomorrow we take the dough out of the fridge, so it returns at room temperature before we bake it. A couple of hours are usually enough, assuming that your kitchen is at around 20 degrees Celsius / 68 degrees Fahrenheit. After 24 hours, here is how our pizza dough looks. Look at all the bubbles. We only need a little bit of olive oil. Olive oil, in my case, you can use any kind of oil. Now, we just set it upside down and wait for it to get out. Look, it's almost the size of the tray. Bit of oil on my hand. You just need to grab it from this side and stretch it. Here is not even needed. See? I told you it was easy. The dough is now stretched. We only need to bake it. Let me give you a few pointers on the oven. First of all, you must preheat it. 30-35 minutes are usually enough. In my case, the temperature is 250 degrees Celsius. If your oven is less powerful and it reaches 240, 230 degrees, it doesn't really matter because this dough will withstand even a longer baking time. So you just crank up your oven to its highest temperatures and you're good to go. The overall baking time will be anything in between 14 and 18 minutes, give or take. As usual, please remember, I'm giving you just a rule of thumb here. The exact timing depends on the baking temperature, and you also have to work out the magic of your oven. We bake in 3 rounds. We start par baking, that means cooking just the dough, no toppings. You place the pan on the floor of the oven so it will have a nice boost of heat from underneath. 5 or 6 minutes should be enough, but have a look at the bottom of the pizza and see how it's cooking. When it's done, you move the pan onto the middle shelf for another 5 or 6 minutes, or until you see a nice golden color on the surface. This is how it looks. Right now you feel it a little bit crunchy, but after we add the tomato sauce it will become nice and soft. And now mozzarella. I think you can see the water. It's now dry enough. Now it's going in the oven again for probably another couple of minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. Look here, our pizza is ready.